Good afternoon and happy Wellbeing Wednesday. I'm Kristen Collins and I'm excited to connect with you on a rainy, stormy day here in Florida. And it really aligns with the conversation I'd love to engage with you guys today. The storms in life and how do we embrace them to heal and be well. Especially here in Florida, we're a day after a Republican primary, and there's lots of discord about the winnings and the losings. And it really made me reflective on the deeper conversation I want to have about letting go and being in awe and embracing all the differences and the perfection for the sheer fact that we are all different and we all came here to experience differences. And by letting go of the stress and the uncertainty and the control that we don't have over others, how does that help our bodies and our time here on this planet be well and thrive? So with that, I really want to touch in and thank, there's so many people every day who reach out and share this information with other people and bring me ideas and vet with me and help me explore my awakening and what it is that I'm getting incredibly passionate about. And that's really the healing at a cellular level of all the stress and all of the experiences that we're hanging on to and carrying the weight of. And by shedding them and letting go and untethering. And the pandemic in 2020 for the Collins family has really become this incredible shedding and untethering. So thank you to all of you who are helping David and I and our family embrace the uncertainty. I want to point out a really great friend who I've been walking life with for over a decade, Lisa Doyle Mitchell. She has been someone that I've been connected with for some time, and we've both transitioned quite a bit through different passions and professions. A couple of years ago, she brought me a biotherapy that she has been stepping into. And this technique is an energetic technique. It's biofeedback that she performs and helps to clear chakras and let go. And she reached out this week to ask if she could kind of give me a tune-up. And I was like, Lisa, thank you. I definitely need some biofeedback and to go ahead and help me release the chakras from just some of the stress of all the transitions that are happening, especially this month. And we had a great conversation on Saturday, and she shared with me a YouTube video, and it's called The Little Soul and the Sun. And it's authored, it's an excerpt from a children's book. And I love this, that it's just getting down to the basics on how are we communicating with little ones, the simplicity of life, and getting back to those foundational truths. And the author of this children's book is Neale Donald Walsch. And I said, wait, I totally know Neale Donald Walsch. He is the author of Conversations with God. And she said, yes. And that struck me very deeply because I had quite the experience reading that series of books in my early 30s when I found myself very suddenly going through a divorce that I did not anticipate at all. And I met a fellow flight attendant on a flight, and she said to me, you've got to read this book, Conversations with God. And I landed in Los Angeles. I went and found a Barnes and Noble. I found the book. I read it incessantly for the next 24 hours, landed back in New York, bought the rest of the series. And that was really one of those pivotal books that I did not comprehend. I still don't know that I totally comprehend, but it absolutely sparked an inner awareness for me of the letting go and the perfection of all the discomforts. And I would connect with one of my college roommates, who I'm still in touch with to this day, and she's a huge part of my journey, Danielle, up in Connecticut. And Fresh, I'll tell you, our conversations that you and I had, staying up for countless hours at night and really trying to understand, how can there be war? How can there be hate? How can there be poverty? How can there be all of this negative trauma and drama, if life is perfect and if there is a higher power? How does that work? And you and I never came to that baseline conclusion, but we did start talking about, well, we don't know awesomeness. We don't know being the light. We don't know what love is. unless we know what it's not. And so I found that really, really interesting that, Danielle and I used to spend hours talking about it. And it was very uncomfortable for both of us because we were so frustrated with the state of the world. And that was like 30 years ago. And here we are today where we have kind of the same thing, different decade. And it really has helped me become aware as I've had to heal my own body through my own stress reduction and my release and my letting go, is that everything is perfect. And looking at this scenario and the situation and knowing who we are, which is love, which is light, and how are we reacting in the situation, that is what is tied to our overall journey of living a vibrant, thriving life. So I don't know if I know how to do this. I'm going to try, but I'm going to try to attach that YouTube link. But if not, you can look it up. And again, it's called The Little Soul and the Sun, and it's by Neil Donald Walsh. And it was just an incredible 13.5-minute narrative of we are all one. We've all chosen to be here to experience, because we can't know who we are in a void of, or we can't know who we are in the state of total perfection. And we each have a role that we're playing. We each have an opportunity to create what is and isn't who we want to be. And that really started making sense to me the end of 2019. And I really started looking at the frustration and the fear and just the anger of others who I wasn't in alignment with, that weren't doing it my way, that I completely disagree with, who were mean, whatever it was. And I had just chronically tried to protect myself and create this safe environment so that I could be happy. And I've really shifted to release all that and embrace that the happiness is knowing that that other adversary or that other different thinker who's just being free to be them at this given time is actually giving me the gift to know that's who I'm not. And my role and my goal is not to change them. It is to be me and love me and embrace all the diversity and know that it's all perfect. So on this Wellbeing Wednesday, on this stormy afternoon in Southwest Florida, let's all take a deep breath and think about when we are sitting across from or looking on social media at or hearing the gossip about and feeling the pain of other, to go ahead and feel that pain and experience it. Don't distract from it or, disassociate from it, but truly just allow it. And then express gratitude for it and know that's a gift to you. That's a prearranged gift to you so you can know who you are. And then sitting in the knowledge of who you are and knowing and loving who you are and living your life on full display of who you are. That's optimal well-being. So with that, thank you guys so much. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Please keep the communication coming. It is lifting me up. It is inspiring me. It's all these little tidbits of information that are helping me continue on my path. Lisa, thank you for taking such great care of me. Danielle, thank you for our 30 plus years of friendship. And while I don't get to see you a lot, I've learned so much from you. Love you guys. Look forward to connecting next week. Thanks. Be well.